Hi, everybody. Welcome to the Sagebrush Happy Hour Journal entry for July 17th, I believe, 2025. As you can see, I'm joined by my faithful companion, Petey, and he's on my lap here on the porch swing on the back porch. And we're kind of enjoying the afternoon. It's kind of a monsoon afternoon. We've got some thunder clouds all around, and we've had a few drops of rain, and it's kind of hit or miss. We may get a storm or we may not. We got some rain last night, which is always good, and so that was a good thing. And so what I was going to talk about today is we've got some birds that have a nest in the post in the beam of our portal by our front door. And every year it seems that these phoebes, which is a type of bird, nest there and try to raise some chicks. And my wife Annie isn't sure that they're phoebes. She thinks that maybe they're canyon towhees, but I'm not a bird expert, so I wouldn't know. But anyway, so it's pretty much during the summer months. It's like every time you go out the front door, the bird takes off and yells at you and waits around on the fence until you are a safe distance away, and then flies back to the nest to take care of their young. Well, last week they hatched some little chicks, and so there were 3 little birds in the nest up there. And so a couple days ago, we heard the bird raising a big fuss outside, and Petey alerted us that the bird was making a big fuss. And of course, we went outside and we saw a bull snake. And so we've got a little bull snake, obviously a young one. It's about 4 feet long, and it had attempted to crawl up to the where the chicks were, and when I came out, you could see it was on my barbecue grill, and right on the handles there where the burner knobs are. And you could see in the dust where it had fallen down from the rafters and onto the barbecue, and so he had a thwarted attempt at getting to the birds. And so I kind of tried, caught him, and took him out about 50 feet away and threw him out into the sagebrush. Well, I wasn't sure if he would come back, but again, yesterday when we were, I was out on the front porch working on the sign, and it was disturbing the birds, of course. And then Annie came out and looked at it and said, "Oh, there's the snake again," and it was in the actual gate of by our portal. And so I grabbed the snake stick, but he was so entwined in there is that that there wasn't any way I could get him out with where it just turned into a tug of war, and he would probably win, or they would probably win. And so basically kind of chased it out of the yard, and didn't actually catch it. And so today, I was away, and he said the birds that were out of the nest, the babies were out of the nest, and 2 of them had died, and there was one that's just kind of hanging on, and so she's trying to nurture it in a egg carton inside and trying to feed it, but it's doubtful that it will make it at all. And then just a couple minutes later, I went outside, and of course I was looking out in the shed for what we were going to have for dinner from the freezer, and heard Annie scream again, and came out, and I said, "Oh, I know, it's probably the snake." And so there was the bull snake again, and it looked like it was looking around where the birds had landed, and and but apparently had not found them or eaten them, but he may have scared them out of the nest or whatever. So we haven't seen the parent birds, and again the wily bull snake escaped my grasp, and I kind of walked it out and scared it out into the sagebrush, and so we've kind of had an ongoing battle, and I think that what's going to happen now, of course, that the birds are not there, is that the snake is not going to be there much anymore either. I do want to keep him around, or keep them around, because we do have a big mouse problem this time of year, and so the more mice they can eat, the better off we are. And I wish it would eat a big rat, and that would be even better, so I don't have to try to kill them. So anyway, that's our snake story for today. And so that's what's kind of happening out here on the mesa. Cheers, everybody.